In this uh, training, we are going to go over styles. I think this is really fun, really cool, and I think really powerful. You can do quite a bit with this, and I'm very curious how you all explore it. I think it's, you know, pretty open to doing a lot of cool stuff. However, you can also just create yourself a total mess if you go kind of over the deep end. So we'll review it, and I'm pretty excited. And I think this is a good way. We talked about knowledge in some of our training, and I would definitely recommend reviewing the training that I did on this knowledge document so you can understand. But then in step three, how do you guide the AI system to not sound so generic, or maybe you wanted to do specific things, like maybe you wanted to create HTML output that has product information or does specific tasks in every single section. You can do that a couple ways. We can do that in our task tags, or we can also use a style that's like a global style that helps to control things. So if you come into step three and open this up, you're going to see here at the top, there's writing styles. And I've gone ahead and built some defaults that you can use. So what happens is when you go to create your article, you can come through and select any one of these, right? And it, so if I click on technical, it's going to be very technical. It's going to stay to the point and not be so creative. And what happens is you'll see H2 gets updated next to the knowledge document. So as the code is running, it's going to look at this cell H2, and then it's going to start to leverage that style. But let's say you want to edit these styles. Like, how do you know what's even behind this stuff, right? Like, if you want to see, click this button and create styles sheet. So if you want to go here, you can create your own. So the style sheet has been created and populated with the default styles. So here we go. This is just a global pop-up, and there you go. So these are all my styles, and this is all the information behind them. So you'll notice, like we had technical highlighted. Very simple, use clear and precise language, focus on delivering technical details in a structured format. Now here's an interesting one, product. So create an HTML product that includes a product image, title, and 2 to 5 bullet points under each product. And then finally, a link to the product with a placeholder URL. This style is focused on affiliate products. So, this would be like if you are trying to create a product underneath every single header, and you're trying to create a list of products that you're kind of going over. Like you could select this style, and it will literally build out an article where every single header is a different product that you're reviewing. So there's a lot of stuff in here. There's some funny ones in here as well that you can tinker with. But let's say you don't like any of this, right? Like you just want to roll your own. So I want to call one like Sean, and I have my own voice. Maybe someone works with me called Jim, or I got Sally, or Sarah, right? And so you can name these whatever you want, and so then, here you can actually write whatever you want. I'm just going to drag this down, but to keep it simple, but you can write whatever you want in here, right? And so this is done, like it automatically saves. There's nothing left for you to do. But how do you get all this to pop up over here? Very easy. All you have to do is reload the BB Max Sheets. You come up to the main menu, and then you just reload that menu. And what will happen is you'll notice that all of those styles are going to be pulled in to here, and there we go. So you got default, and then we have our new style. So you can create your own. You can edit the ones that I had available. Very, very flexible to do it this way, right? And then let's say you're like, well, I want the old stuff. I don't really like any of the stuff I did. How do I start over? Really simple. All you do is right click on this tab, and you delete the sheet and delete it. And then all you have to do, again, relaunch the menu, the BB Max menu, or Neuron, or Surfer, whichever one you're using. And then if you come back into step three, you're back to normal. You've recovered everything, right? And then you would just recreate the sheet again. very, very easy to use. I mean, you could even create multiple sheets, right? Like create a sheet, then duplicate it, and then create another one, and you could manage different sets. You just need to make sure that for the code to run properly, that you have the original name in the tab so that it can leverage it. So if you have like 5 different sheets, just make sure that you edit the name back to the original to use that particular sheet. Same with BB Max. If you had 10 different BB Max sheets all named differently, to run the tool, you've got to make sure it has the original name because the code's looking for the names of these tabs. So if there's any confusion, let me know. Hopefully that all makes sense. But yeah, I think if you have a knowledge document and you have whatever writing style that you've selected, you will be leveraging the knowledge, you will be writing in that style, and you're going to kind of bring that all together. So I think this is a pretty powerful thing for you. And then just so you know, the styles work in I've got it working in both of our basic build articles, our basic writer, and then our advanced version as well. And again, I've mentioned this before in other recordings, but the basic writer is just doing section by section. It's not looking back and trying to smooth things out. So, you'd have to go in and edit if you want to create smooth transitions and kind of streamline the article. We also have the advanced version, and what this is doing is this is saying, okay, on this section, look back at the one before and try to create a smooth transition and bring some of the information into the next section. So that kind of smooths some things out for you. And so that's where the advanced stuff comes in, is just kind of creating more of a smoother transition between the sections and being able to do all this at scale and fully optimized. One last thing I'll say, I've tested this in Neuron Writer with the styles, the knowledge document, and all the SEO with Neuron Writer, with Surfer, and with BB Max. We are still scoring very well. Like, this system is still bringing in all the terms and keywords, and it's still completely optimizing. So even with, if you picked, I tested a grandparent, right? So it's like a grumpy grandparent. It still had a score of 75, and it read like the grandparent was talking about the good old days the whole time. So even though you're selecting styles and you got this knowledge document in place, blended together, I think it's creating really nice output. It sets it up so it's easy for you to edit, and it still has really nice scores for these SEO systems for us to start testing and pushing onto our website. So anyways, I'm really excited about the styles. I think it's a very powerful thing. If you've got kind of a writing style for your business and you want it to write in a certain way, I think this is where you want to go. You want to go into the styles. So I would also recommend testing small tests. So if you're going to say, I have this in this knowledge document as rally racing. So I'm going to just do something basic. But what I would recommend doing is even 3 headers. Create really small articles, see how it goes. So that'll get you a title, 3 subheaders. That's going to be 4 headers in total. That's plenty enough for you to see if the writing style is going to be what you want. And you could even try even smaller, even do 2. Again, try testing this small. Make sure your style is working how you want it to work. It may take some trial and error just to get it optimized. But then once you have it optimized, it's good to go. And then you can start scaling that out across a whole bunch of articles and kind of see how it goes from there. So anyways, any issues, any concerns, feel free to reach out and we will figure out what we can do. But, maybe in the Facebook group, we see if people want to create some styles and, kind of hand those off to us. And maybe we create like a knowledge base of different styles that are working for people. So I think there's a lot of cool things we can do with this. Again, if you have any problems, reach out and we'll work on it together. All right. Hopefully this makes sense and you find this helpful.